Russia, authorities there claimed that she had hash oil cartridges in her luggage at an airport near Moscow. A statement sent to ESPN Monday noted the Department of State has determined that the Russian Federation has wrongfully detained U.S. citizen Brittany Griner. When the WNBA season begins Friday, Griner will have a presence at every arena. Each basketball court will feature decals of Brittany Griner's initials and her jersey number 42. Jared Max, Fox News.
The Suns rise in the NBA playoffs.
Doncic and Booker, they're dancing toe-to-toe. Little Texas two-step, and Booker's going to get it.
Devin Booker and Phoenix beat the Dallas Mavericks 121-114 on TNT to start their second-round series. Miami top Philadelphia 106-92. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
In 1 minute.
WPTV First Alert Weather on WSTU is brought to you by Code Red Roofers, 287-2829. Code Red Roofers, the roofers who respond. Now here's the First Alert meteorologist.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast this afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds and some showers and storms around the lake with highs in mid to upper 80s. Tomorrow, showers and a few spotty downpours closer to the coast in the morning through the early afternoon. Then rain and storms move west later in the day. Some of the rain could spill over into the coast by the evening hours. Highs in the mid to upper 80s. Thursday, a bit drier with only inland showers and storms possible. Highs in the mid to upper 80s. We continue this warming trend with highs back to the 90s by the weekend. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall for WSTU 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The opinions expressed are those of the show's host and not the staff or management of Port St. Lucie Broadcasters. Any reproduction without written consent of WSTU and WPSL is strictly prohibited. Now it's time for Quality of Life Radio, brought to you by Cigna and Aetna Medicare. Here are your hosts, Gary Owen and Tom Bouvier.
Hello and good morning, and thank you, Treasure Coast and the world, for tuning in on this extraordinary Tuesday morning. It is May Day, May 3rd already, 2022. Woo-hoo. It's my birthday month. We're going to start celebrating our special guest. We have a very awesome, well-known celebrity on the show here this morning, and he promises to take me out and celebrate my birthday because his birthday is the day before mine.
So who goes first?
Well, we're not going to talk about that right now, Wayne, but we'll get to it. Actually, it's Danny DeVito that's with us on the show this morning. And by the way, if you're wondering what you're listening to, this is the world-famous Quality of Life radio show. So thank you so much for tuning in. And I am your host.
And I'm your co-host, Tom Bouvier.
But isn't that like the extraordinary co-host, or what would you like dub yourself? I mean, we know it's Tom the Bouvier, co-host extraordinaire.
I'm going to have to come up with a
good
good
adjective.
Do it. But today is a birthday for my lovely wife.
Oh, Debbie, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, my love.
She's a loyal listener and watcher on Facebook, so thank you, Debbie. And she's she gets the word around to have people tune in and watch us because we have so much fun.
She does. She's out and about.
So, by the way, we are the Quality of Life radio show. You're watching us. Hopefully, you're watching us on Facebook Live. If you're tuning in on WSTU 1450 AM or WPSL 1590 AM. If you'd rather watch us live, since we're handsome men in the studio, make sure you tune into Facebook and dial in Quality of Life radio show. And every Tuesday morning at 1000 hours, Tom and I are here for what reason?
Gary, we do come here every Tuesday morning. We love it. We love our producer. We love our listeners. But we actually do bring relevant content to our listeners, information people can actually use and improve their life. We love to support and showcase local business owners, entrepreneurs. We have a wonderful guest, Danny DeVito, who we will be introducing here in just a moment. And Gary, you and I, we love to bring some education, information about insurance planning and options to help people improve their quality of life.
Yeah, and later on, as Tom suggested, we're going to talk to you about some key segments of the industry that's going to be important that you need to know. specifically about some Medicare plans that are denying care to many Medicare beneficiaries out there. So we're going to just touch on that briefly. We're going to touch on the Part B premiums again. So the Department of HHS has come out and looking to reduce, refund those policies on the Part B premium. So stay tuned for that. And Tom and I will talk to you also about another very important topic that most people don't realize how important it is, but dental insurance. But first, we're gonna talk to Danny DeVito, but the second part of our show, we're gonna do some fun health facts. We're gonna do another segment called "Did You Know?" Most likely, most of you do not know, but that's why you tune into these shows, so you can be in the know. And we're gonna talk about some awesome, fun food facts, and we're gonna talk about one of those food facts is spam. Spam. What's in spam? It's interesting. And then
Spam a lot.
Spamela Harris. So anyway, we're gonna have some fun on the show. Oh, and a shout out also to my friend Lisa Teeter with CSI. She's a great friend. I call her my sister from another mister, and she is an awesome lady and friend. So good morning, Lisa Teeter. And also today, if there's any of you out there that are listening in this morning, I would like for you to call, if you're a teacher and you're listening to the show, you're probably not because you're probably in class getting bombarded and instructing. But if you're a teacher, I want you to call into the show this morning, 220-WSTU, 220-9788, because it is National Teacher Appreciation Day. So we just want to say thank you for all the teachers that are making the difference in the lives of young people and all of us. So thank you so much for your commitment and your dedication to young people and to that industry. All right, this morning we have a very wonderful guest, Wayne Filowitz with WRPB Studios, a.k.a. Danny DeVito, a.k.a. Joe Pesci. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning. What's really sad is that you think that anything that I'm going to say is educational or important. That's what you've missed.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's important or educational, but it's fun. It's interesting. I mean, I find it interesting. Anyway.
I have 60,000 of these under my belt. I don't know anything important to say anymore.
Well, I think everything you say is important. It's fun. And our listening audience certainly wants to know more about you, where you're from, what you've been doing in your life, what you're doing now, what got you into this. Please do tell. Inquiry minds want to know.
Okay, so this was not my thing. I accidentally fell into AM radio, like we're on now, and had a great time doing it, and saw an opening for internet, even though nobody do anything on the internet at that point. So I started internet radio. And that was back in 98, I think. And people laughed at me and said, internet radio, what's that? Quit my $70,000 a year job and did this and made no money. And don't be stupid, get a real job, it's a pipe dream. But 26 years later, I've been through 3 studios that we've had. I had a heart attack, so I gave up 2 studios. And as you well know, because you just did my Medicare, okay, I'm really ready to semi-retire. I have a full staff. I have an amazing studio, which you've been at.
Yep, because you interviewed me.
Yes.
And now the tables are turned.
That's true. So I opened this up, and we're in Port St. Lucie now. We have about 3,200 square feet studio.
Great studio.
Fully equipped video-wise. We have a podcast room. And I'm blessed because I've had 60,000 interviews. I've interviewed everybody from the local business like you guys do, which is so important, to almost every celebrity. And we have a good time doing it. And obviously you and Tom should be at work, working, making money. But there's something about this
You're right.
that pulls us in.
You're right.
Okay? And if we really let it pull us in like it did to me, you would be poor. Okay?
Well, we're not far from there, Wayne. I mean, we're on the cusp.
Okay, so going on that, because I'm on the short side of life, okay, 65, I wanted to semi-retire.
Short side, why, how tall are you?
and my height. I'm 5'2", but it's not a big deal to me.
But he's a Dynamite comes in small packages.
But my wife is almost 5'10", so I don't have to reach anything on the top shelves. I have her. Okay, so I'm really kind of blessed.
It's nice that you have to look up to her.
Yes, I feel like I just had one slow dance and I won her over. It was really pretty simple. If you really
Did
put
she
that
carry you
together.
the whole time?
No, that wouldn't have been as much fun.
Oh my!
Okay,
Great
so,
visuals. Thank you,
there
man.
you go. So, and I stayed in it, and I went through my tough times, had a great time, learned a lot in the industry, met some great people, and I come into a studio like this, which is how I started, and it's like so cool to bring me back.
Right.
The technology, some of the technology is the same, but there's the video technology part that you guys do that adds to what it is. But going back to the Danny DeVito, Joe Pesci, I'm only 5'2", even though they're smaller than me. I have to say that because I got just a couple of inches left. But
You have something over it on that. I like it.
no, not the money. Okay, I would rather lose the 3 inches and have their income than.
I would concur.
But I'm blessed to, like I said, have met great people. You know, I told you and Tom, I don't know if you know, but. And you can appreciate this. I'm going to be 65 this month. It's my birthday month also, like you mentioned. And you said I was taking you out to eat.
We're going to celebrate, baby.
I'll decide where I take you the day before to see where you take me. Okay? But
And it won't be a McDonald's.
I was bombarded with emails, phone calls
Oh, my God.
to sign up for Medicare. And I needed to find the best place to go so that I could annoy the people enough so I can learn as much as I could. And sad to say that Gary took on the nightmare of me calling him on Saturday, Sunday, in the evening. But I wanted to know. And even after I signed up, I just spoke to you this weekend.
With more questions.
With more
You
questions.
know, doubting Thomas. You hear.
It's not doubting Thomas. It's wanting to know and going to the experts who can tell me what I need to know. Otherwise, I could just go and read the paper or go online. But I was getting misinformation.
But because you were listening to other people.
Of course.
Yes.
People are always going to tell you.
Yes.
This is my brother. I don't listen to anything he says, but it's stuck in my mind to find out. And his plan that he's on is probably good for him.
Correct.
Okay? So you weren't doubting his plan. You were just saying with my situation and things I was going through, this plan would be better. Yeah. And I decided that I'm going to stick with what I got because it's probably the best for me.
I love the fact that we can educate consumers. And Wayne is prime example of this. I mean, there's so many, like these freaking ridiculous TV commercials that are so misleading. And, people get confused. And they're talking to their neighbors. They're talking to their family members. What do you have? What do you have? What should I do? Instead of talking to the professionals. And that's where you should be getting your answers. Like you said, if you have a question, go to the professionals for that.
Okay, I'm here doing a shameless plug for you. Okay, you don't need to do your own shameless plug. Okay, I knew
It's
that
not shameless.
I knew nothing, and I wanted to know because I had to make a determination, and it comes up really fast, and I wanted to make the right determination because it's something that I've worked for my whole life, and I want to get the best benefits and make sure that I'm taken care of the way I need to be taken care of.
What didn't happen very fast was you getting your Medicare card in the mail.
Yeah, that's not me. That's the government, I'm guessing.
It's taking time, folks. So I'm telling everybody, Wayne, if you're within 100 days of turning 65 and you're going to go on Medicare, do it. The sooner, the better. Don't wait till the last month to do it because you're going to be the one who's going to hurt.
And, and here's another good point why use an expert. I was talking to you the other day, and my plan and my supplement, okay? I never got a bill for the plan. I would have just let it go, okay, and not paid it because I already paid a similar amount for my supplement. Didn't know any better, and I called you, and you were the one that told me because I want to know what would have happened if I didn't take care of this.
That's right.
As it should have.
And he's talking about the Part B premium. So the Part B premium, because Wayne's not taking Social Security yet, so he has to manually pay Social Security for his Part B. Otherwise, he's going to be screwed. He's going to lose it.
And we've met people that's happened to, and it's a nightmare. And you consider yourself a pretty intelligent person, I'm sure.
Sometimes.
Yeah, well, but
I'm here.
But this Medicare stuff can be very confusing. Mailboxes full. Gary say the TV's ads, etc.
It was unbelievable. And, one of the things I did, because I'm in video and I do some of your videos, you have 10 mistakes. And I went through each one of those videos. And normally, when I'm doing the editing, I usually let the kids do it because they're much better at editing than me. It was important enough that I went through these so I can learn a little bit more, so that I can annoy Gary a little more. I want it to be right.
Not make the mistakes.
I'm going to be 65. I want it to be right.
All right,
why
so
not use right people?
we're going to go on our first break, but Wayne, you make a good point about the top 10 most critical and costly Medicare mistakes to avoid. So I'm going to ask you about that. Like which one or which two of those videos really had a big impact on you? So we're going to come back from our break. You're listening to the Quality of Life radio show in beautiful downtown Stuart, Florida, on WSTU 1450 AM and WPSL 1590 AM, and on Facebook Live. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. I promise you, we'll be right back.
This is Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
All right, see, I told you, I'm no liar. You know what? Liar, liar, pants on fire. No. Listen, that was a quick break, and you're listening to the world-famous Quality of Life radio show. And in our studio today, we have no other than Wayne Filowitz with WRPB Studios in Port St. Lucie. And I'm happy to say that Wayne and I have one day separates us from our birthday. Even though it may be a decade apart, he's more wiser than I, but I'm more funnier than he is. But I don't.
And taller.
I'm a little taller, a couple inches taller. And unfortunately, I don't look like Danny DeVito or Joe Pesci, and he does. He has all the looks and experience, so I have to bow down to Wayne. But before we went on our break, you were talking about because I hire Wayne to do my YouTube channel. We'll talk about that in a minute, Wayne. But one of the things that we do on the MedicareJourney.org website and on the YouTube channel, we put these informative videos together for consumers to look at, unbiased, so you can be educated, so you can make the right choice and the informed choice. And Wayne, being that he's turning 65 this year, personally edited those videos. And what did you think? I mean, what were the videos that caught your attention?
Okay, so here's how it breaks down in my eyes. Excuse me. What happened was I was going to give it to the guys that I pay to do the stuff, and I said, let me go through the intro video just to get a grip on what's going on here, because I don't really know. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you go to MedicareJourney.org, okay, which is your website, which is being revamped, but if you go to Medicare Journey on YouTube.
Beautiful.
Okay.
You did a good job.
You'll see the videos. And when you hit the channel, the intro video will come up automatically. That's all you need to listen to, because that'll tell you the basis of everything encapsulated in one little space. And then you can skip over some videos if it doesn't meet your needs. Every video is labeled, and they will have a ton of views anyway. So people have been there.
And they're only 2 or 3 minutes, so they're not like 20, 30 minutes. You got to sit there and, but you're going to get a lot of bang for your time.
Right, and you're going to learn some of the mistakes that people make. And honestly, I have always been even on my shows, it's always use a professional. Because if you don't use a professional, one, it's going to cost you more, and two, you're going to have to go back and do it again. And if it's a project in your house that your wife told you to do, you're going to have to call a professional. It's going to cost you 3 times more, and you have to listen to her complain. Okay? So you really want to use a professional. If you did it online, I would talk to a professional, but when I had another question, I would talk to someone else who had no idea of what I was talking about the first time. So it's really important to me to use a professional, and one that I can see. One that I can go to, one that I can connect with. Look, I have tons of people come to my studio, other people that do what you do. But we kind of connected. I kind of, as weird as it might sound, I kind of work off people's energy. And I said, Gary's a person that seems to have all the pieces together and is going to look out for my best interest. And that was kind of what made me go in that direction. And
you're going to start making me cry.
It's been, don't cry. You're on camera, don't cry. Okay? They don't cry on radio. They don't cry on radio. We don't cry on radio. But that's so important. And like I said, even in this industry that I'm in and now you're in here, we learn a little bit about so many things because we interview so many different kind of people. And if you don't pick up their energy and think how they speak or how they act, you really won't know who you're dealing with. And it sounds cliche sometimes, but for me, in the 26 years I'm doing it, that always works for me.
Well, and to your point, I mean, Zig Ziglar said people do business with people they know, they like and they trust. So I haven't met a single person that hasn't liked me yet. Well,
I'm still friends with you.
I mean, I know. I mean, I may have lost a one or two along the way, but when you have the competency and you're learned, and you do the right thing for people, no matter what. I mean, Tom and I both, we have had clients in our office and said, "Hey, listen, you're already on the right plan. Don't let anybody talk you out of this plan." Would we love to have them as clients and earn commissions on that? Of course we would. But at the end of the day, you always got to do what's right 100% of the time. And that's what separates us from our competitors, because if they're in it for the money, we're in it because we're family. And we're going to do what's right 100% of the time.
You and I didn't have an issue, but people that we both know had an issue. And I didn't let it stand in the way of what I thought was the best move to do. And I always say, if you get a bunch of people together, there's always going to be a snake in the group.
There's always going
to be trouble in the group, because everybody has a different opinion, and everybody wants their opinion to be your opinion.
You can't make everybody happy, unfortunately. It's just what it is. I mean,
the problem is that I take things personal.
Listen, I'm the same way.
Okay.
I wear my emotions on my sleeve.
Okay, so I get it. Don't be crying here.
Where's the towel?
But it's interesting because the industry that we're in affords us the ability to meet a bunch of people, and that affords us the ability, when people connect with us, for us to connect them with others, knowing the other people and knowing who's going to treat them right.
All right, so now that you've plugged the heck out of me this morning, now with a few minutes left, I want to talk to you. What the value you bring, in WRPB studios and internet, because, when I came into your studio, it was amazing to see what I saw in the operation and how you can help a small business owner be out there, like with the YouTube channel, like you took over from me and, Wayne, take care. I can't do this anymore. And you just transformed it amazingly. And so now we've gotten all these views and subscribers, and we're going to continue to build and grow on that. So what value for those small business out there that are watching and listening do you provide, and what can you do for them?
Okay, so the rule of thumb is content is king. It always has been. Today, content being video, because that's king of kings, okay? But audio is also very important. We have a full studio, full green screen. We do 2 camera shoots that are edited on the fly with the equipment that we have. So we can take a small business, have them come in and do an interview, get the word out to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people with top quality video and top quality audio. We also have a podcast room, so people who don't want to kind of show their face or be more anonymous, and that might sound weird, but I do a podcast called From Trauma to Success. and we've all have our backstories. So I have people coming in who are in a profession, but maybe were arrested or maybe were addicts, and they don't want to show their face and have their name out there. Mm-hmm. So we can help them get their stuff out.
That's awesome.
We do a lot of music stuff. Jeff Medina from the Commodores was in. Will to Power, which was a guy back in the, I think, 70s or 80s. He's coming on. I've done a lot of music stuff. We do music video. We do anything to help you get your name out there. And then, if you don't have a presence out there, we can build you a YouTube channel. We can optimize it, get you subscribers via emails, get you views via emails, clean up your channel like I did with your channel, okay? Everybody thinks they have the answer. Everybody has a cousin's, uncle's, brother who knows how to do it, okay? There is a trick to it that I've learned over the years. We're there to help you get the information out. We're easy to reach. We've been around for, like I said, 26 years. For me, the answer is come to the studio. Do a free interview. It'll air the following Thursday, and it'll go away. You have the opportunity, if you want to use it and keep it, you can purchase a copy. You don't have to. It's still going to air the following Thursday, and see the studio. Like people say, well, can I zoom in? No, you can't zoom in. You can't Skype in. You can't phone call in. You need to come to the studio. You were to the studio. You get it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can't get it unless you show up.
Right. You can't see what our studio is and what we have available until you walk through that door.
Absolutely.
Okay, and that's what's so important to me is, and I hate to say it this way, but we kind of sell the sizzle. I want people to know that we don't play at doing business. We do business, okay? I've given up a season for a lifetime to start a company that never existed. The industry didn't exist. Zoom and Skype that everybody does, we started it.
And the finished product is amazing. I mean,
yeah.
It's one thing being there and being partaking of that excitement, but then watching the finished product, it was really amazing. It's great stuff.
You can go to WRPB Studios on YouTube and see a bunch of videos. You can see the video that Gary and I did where we said absolutely nothing important.
Well, no, what? It was. Wait a minute. It was important. We're talking about whiskey.
Yes, right. That's right. And now there's another event coming, and we had a conference session with my wife and I on what kind of chocolate we bring this time. So last time you started off with whiskey, so we made 3 Crown whiskey truffles.
Right, that was amazing
okay,
stuff.
So we didn't know there is a peanut butter bourbon. I don't know if you know that.
I do, and I've tasted it. And
did you hate it?
I puked in my mouth a little bit.
A lot of people hate it because we were going to make a peanut butter bourbon truffle, but Vicky said, "You know what? Everybody I talk to says they hate it."
It wasn't the greatest. I probably would not buy it again.
So we're not going to make that, but Vic will come up with something because she always does.
Well, we're doing a bourbon tasting this Friday, so
right.
That's what we're doing. So it's going to be a little bit different than
it'll probably be a bourbon truffle of some sort with a bourbon ganache. And the chocolate she makes has bourbon in it. It's not a bourbon flavor. It is the alcohol in itself.
Hey, can we just plug your wife real quick about what she does?
Yeah. Accidental Chocolatier and Accidental Chocolatier. We only sold to celebrities for years. We're now opening up to the public, having a website built. But at Accidental Chocolatier on Yahoo, she can send you some pictures of stuff that she does. We do a wine bottle or any kind of bottle, totally covered in chocolate, then covered either in truffles or covered in coconut.
The truffles are absolutely God amazing. I mean, phenomenal.
So she's blessed with that. And she's home now because my mom's 90 and
I hope she's listening.
My wife, please. She wants to hear my voice? Really? Are you kidding?
Not your voice, but maybe my voice.
Maybe yours. Definitely not mine. I know that your time is limited.
Yeah, we're going to go to the second segment. But, Wayne, how do people find you? They want to maybe come in and do a free interview, come in and take a look at the studios. How do they reach you?
You can you can email me at WRPBITV@yahoo.com. Or you can go to WRPBstudios.com and fill out the contact us. You want to see what we produce, some of the stuff we produce, go to WRPB Studios on YouTube. Any one of those, or 320-7698. That'll take you right into my office.
Fantastic. Don't go anywhere because we're gonna include you in some of the stuff we're doing in our.
But you're doing
segment.
intelligent stuff, and I don't know how I fit in.
No, you'll fit in. Trust me, you're gonna love it. And by the way, apparently there's no teachers listening in. I guess they're all in school and they must be teaching. But that's great. And again, I just if you run across any teachers out there today, just say how much you appreciate them. That goes a long, long way. And then Wayne, to your point earlier, you said, if you screw up, you don't use a professional, you screw up, you can go back and have to do it right. Tom, how can you do it? Can you fix a mistake you made, the choice you made in a Medicare plan? Most times or not?
It depends.
It depends.
I can't. Not trying to be vague, but it depends on what the situation is, what kind of plan you have, what time of year, when you enrolled.
How long it's been that you've been on it.
There's so many rules, Gary, that even very, very intelligent people can get confused. And I appreciate Wayne saying, use the professional. There's no cost or obligation to call us at Owen Insurance Group. You can give us a call, 772-210-1020. If you're going on to Medicare, moved here from another state, or just have questions for the upcoming annual enrollment period, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you.
I couldn't have said it any better. That's exactly right. Use a professional, or otherwise face the consequences, and most times you are not going to like or enjoy the consequences. So, again, we are independent insurance brokers. We represent your interests. So you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So we're going to talk real quick about a fun health fact. Wayne, you may want to cover your ears because hearing this might make your skin crawl.
I've been in this industry.
Your face, Wayne.
Just mine?
No, I'm just everybody.
Okay.
Your face is
making sure you're listening.
Is host to bugs too tiny to see. These 8-legged mites, they mate, lay eggs, hatch, and repeat. Yummy. All on your face. Your hairline, your eye sockets, and lashes. That's funny. Some big eyelashes. We were watching the news last night, and one of the girls in the field doing an interview had these long fake lashes. Every time she looked down, it looked so strange. But anyway, they're in your favorite hiding places, right? Some of these mites do go down the drain when we scrub. If they get out of control, though, they can cause skin problems and eye infections. So the tip of the day, Tom, would be what?
I would say wash your face.
Yeah,
and
I'm
going to the beach and grabbing sand and just going to scrub until I start bleeding or something like that. But this is gross.
Crazy stuff.
But thank you for that information.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you appreciate it.
Use a professional and go get a facial.
From Candace Lopes at Skin Serenity Spa.
Yep.
There you go. That's
Dermal
the more humane way to do it.
That's right. Listen, I'm a man. I go and get a facial. I'm supposed to get it every month, but I'm lucky if I do it once a quarter. But now after reading the fun health facts about these mites laying eggs on my face, I'm going to have to go more often.
Don't put bleach on our face.
Oh, my Lord. Warn your lungs.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Did you know food facts? So let's see. I asked Tom this question on the way to the studio. So I'm going to ask you. Spam was introduced by Hormel in Minnesota back in 1937. And more than 8 billion cans are sold and available in 44 different countries. What does spam mean? What does it stand for? Other than it's not scientifically processed animal matter. That's not what it means. But what does spam stand for?
It's really interesting because it was told to me just recently, and I forgot. That's what happens when you get to be 65.
All right, I'll let you slide since you're a client of mine now. S-P-A-M. S-P for spice, A-M for ham.
Oh, okay.
Now you know the rest of the story. By the way, spam simply is a mash of pork, water, salt, potato starch, sugars, and sodium nitrate. It's very popular Hawaiian treat, by the way. And also there is a Spam museum. Very interesting. I didn't know that. Okay. Now, wasabi. Tom, you like wasabi?
I love wasabi.
What's wasabi?
I don't even know. I think it might be horseradish or ground up in green flavor. I don't know.
You're onto something there, buddy.
Horseradish.
Most wasabi is just simply horseradish that's dyed green. So real wasabi is difficult to grow and very expensive to grow. So you don't really find much real wasabi. So it's fake wasabi.
I like it though.
Of course. By the way, Wayne, what has more vitamin C, oranges or peppers?
Okay, because it would sound to me like he would probably want to give me a trick question. I'll go with the peppers. I've been in here a long time.
Very good. Yes. Actually, it has about 3 times as much vitamin C than oranges. And it depends on the color of the pepper, all right?
Until you fry it.
Yeah, until you fry it in butter, right?
Yeah.
By the way, did you know lemons and limes, right? Which fruit sinks and which fruit stays afloat in the glass? Do you know?
Lemons float and limes sink.
You sure about that?
I would go with his too. I would go with that.
So yes, Tom, you're right. Lemons float, limes sink. It comes down to density of the fruit. And then the last one before we go on break, ranch salad dressing has a weird ingredient. I don't think I'll be eating ranch salad dressing anymore either. You know what? Let's save this good one for last. We'll go on our break. You're listening to the Quality of Life radio show on WSTU 1450 and WPSL 1590 AM. Thanks for watching. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
This is Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Hey there, gorgeous, and welcome back to the Quality of Life radio show. Yes, Lisa Teeter, I was speaking to you. So before we went on break, we were talking about did you know food facts, and the last one we talked, of course, about the mites that crawl on our skin and our face. Yikes. That was nasty. Yikes! Let's not have the mites. Ranch dressing has a very weird ingredient. It contains titanium dioxide, which is what is used in what? Tom, do you know? You use this to lather up your skin before you go to the beach.
Sunscreen.
This is what's been used in sunscreen to give its beautiful white, bright color.
And what purpose does it serve in the ranch dressing? Do we know?
To make it nice and white, looking pretty, clean, white ranch dressing. It's one of the most widely used food pigments, believe it or not, and it's also used, believe it or not, in coffee creamers, candles, toothpaste. So. It seems like we're putting a lot of titanium dioxide in our system and on our bodies, and it's also added to paint, plastic, and paper products. So next time you go for that ranch dressing, just remember, Gary says, think twice. Maybe go for the
oil and vinegar.
Well, actually, you know what? It's probably more healthier for you.
Probably
oil
so.
and vinegar, yes. I was going to say blue cheese, but oil and vinegar is probably better.
Yeah.
Today's famous birthday, Frankie Valli and Bing Crosby. And then today, this day in history, May 3rd, real quick, we'll just go through a couple of these due to time's sake. 1946, the Japanese war crimes trial begins against 28 Japanese military and government officials. 25 of them were convicted and either were killed or imprisoned for life. In 1952, this is a good one. Being a pilot, I appreciate this. This would have been awesome. If I could go back in time and do it, I would love to go back to the time machine that Wayne has in his studio. But Lieutenant Colonel Joe Fletcher of Oklahoma and Lieutenant Colonel William Benedict of California flew a ski-modified United States Air Force C-47 aircraft, becoming the first to land on the North Pole. Lieutenant Colonel Fletcher got out of his airplane and walked to the exact geographic North Pole, becoming the first person in history to do so. So very interesting. And then in the last one, back in 1992, and I remember this, Exxon executive Sidney Riso dies in a storage vault in New Jersey. It always happens in New Jersey, Wayne.
Don't say that.
4 days earlier, he was abducted from the driveway of his home. He was shot in the arm, he was bound and gagged, and placed in an airtight box container where he later died. Kidnappers were seeking an $18.5 million ransom notes even when Riso was dead, and it ended up being a married couple, which were later caught, tried, and both were imprisoned. He used to work for Exxon. I guess was a former disgruntled employee. So anyway, those are the fun facts of the day. And then, Tom, do you want to? We're going to talk. Real quick. You mentioned about the YouTube channel.
Right.
We need to get that message out there to everybody. So, if you have a computer, if you have a smartphone or an iPad, any electronic device that can get you on the World Wide Web, go to YouTube and find Medicare Journey. This is what Wayne at WRPB Studios is working on. We've got a few more videos to put up there, but I think he's done a phenomenal job. We still got to decide whether or not we want to put a Medicare card.
Yeah, I think they're working on that today.
On that.
Just so you know, you started off a month ago with 9 subscribers.
Yep.
You now have close to 800.
Yes.
Okay. And we haven't even really marketed the channel yet.
And this is the work that he does. I mean, so...
when I call you on
it's great
Saturday,
to work with a professional.
When I call you on Saturday and say I can't go anywhere because I have to work on your garbage.
Listen, this bum calls me on Saturdays and Sundays. He doesn't sleep. He has more energy than I have. I don't know how he does it, and he's only 65.
But I don't take on other people that I can't deal with when I'm trying to complete a job.
That's right, and I love that. I love the fact that you're giving us a lot of that attention and priority, and that's it makes me feel good.
Special?
Mm-hmm. I am special.
Yep.
All right, so Tom, we're going to talk a little bit about, real quick, this was in the news yesterday in the USA Today. Private Medicare plans often deny care. Did you read that article?
I did.
Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so basically the Medicare Advantage plans are many times are not fulfilling their obligation to their clients, to their patients, to their providers, in actually fulfilling the claims that are legitimate Medicare-approved claims. And I don't know if this is a recent thing, but I've heard these type of things for years because I've worked on the back end of a Medicare Advantage plans, and these are managed plans that many people have, where they would be denied. People would call in. I worked at customer service for one of the carriers, and they would say, "Why is it being denied?" And then I'll even talk to sometimes providers. I'll call the provider's office, and they will say, "Yeah, we're not getting paid. We should get paid. This is the easy thing." So it's something to be aware of and something that's pretty startling.
The Inspector General, working this investigation, discovered that these private Medicare Advantage plans denied 18% of claims that are allowed under original Medicare. So these carriers are denying claims. But apparently the CEOs aren't making enough money, so they don't want to take care of the consumers and the beneficiaries. They want to take care of their pockets. Shame, shame, shame.
I think sometimes these carriers just deny the claim to just see if the patient will pony up the money.
Or if they decide to fight it. And very few have that initiative to want to fight the claim.
So many times, hey, it's only $45. It's $125. It's not worth my time. People will just pay it many times.
But anyway, that's some of the things that most people, and that was a question you had, Wayne. was, Medicare Advantage versus a Medicare supplement. So these are the things, and these are the nuances about Medicare. And not to say that these plans are bad, but these plans, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. So you got to make sure that you sit down with a professional Medicare planner. Hey, Frank! A professional Medicare planner, and get a guide that you can trust to help you navigate the complexities of Medicare. So, and that's what we do at Owen Insurance Group. Feel free to call us at 772-210-1020, and we'll be able to answer any questions you have. And like Tom said, we do not charge for our services. So, Tom, we've got 11 minutes left in the show. And one thing before we get to the dental, I'm going to have you cover is I think most people still don't realize that ACA, Obamacare, or the Affordable Care Act, we are currently in a special enrollment period. So depending on the income, if you're between 100 and 150% below federal poverty level, depends on your income, you can sign up for a ACA plan, a comprehensive plan, and we typically use Cigna. Cigna is very strong in this local area on the Treasure Coast, and be able to get a great subsidy. And in some cases, Tom, we're seeing our clients get a $0 premium. So what should they do?
Give us a call.
Absolutely.
772-210-1020.
So just before the ACA open enrollment happens on November 1st, there are opportunities for many of you out there to get involved or to enroll in a comprehensive ACA health individual health plan. And speaking to those of you who have a business, if you're a corporation or if you have a business that has more than 4 employees, we can help you with a group plan. So we can do a quote for you, and we can quote the various carriers out there and help you. Because, listen, employees, to build confidence and trust and loyalty, they need that. Your employees need to have health insurance. So let us take a look at that for you and see how we can help you. Tom, let's transition to dental. We had a phenomenal meeting yesterday with one of the oldest dental carriers in the country, United Concordia.
Absolutely, and I call that the McDaddy plan because their benefits day one are just amazing, paying the most that I've seen on any of the carriers. So, but why is dental insurance important? A lot of people will think it's not, but they think, I maybe go to the dentist once every couple of years, or if their employer may cover it, they may purchase it. But dental insurance helps you, almost holds you accountable to do those twice-a-year annual checkups or twice-a-year checkups, cleanings, exams, making sure your gums are good, making sure there's no fillings or root rot, as I call it. Those roots, who wants a root canal?
Not me.
No,
it's not fun.
I haven't had one.
You don't want one.
I don't want one, and I've only heard about them, and not in a good light. I heard about them, but dental insurance gives you that extra motivation when you say, "Hey, I've got some insurance. I'm going to take care of my mouth and my teeth," because gum disease and things in the mouth, talking about mites and different bugs on your skin, on your face. What about what's going on inside your mouth? People who may not have the discipline to floss, a couple of times a day after they eat, or brush their teeth, or gargle with Listerine, or really keep their mouth whole and clean, and that can affect their entire body. And there's a statistic I read online that over 76.5 million Americans do not have dental insurance. And
77 million people don't have dental?
77. And most of those are under 60, because many times people, they get to the age where they have to have so much dental work because in their younger days, they did not take care of it. So we're talking to you, no matter how old you are, whether you're 95 or 15 or 20, you need to take care of your teeth and your gums. That's an important health a part of your health maintenance.
And to your point, Tom, I was at the dentist a week ago getting my biannual checkup and so forth. And I do a good job. I thought I did a good job in brushing twice a day, sometimes 3, but usually no less than twice a day. And I floss every day. Well, guess what? They're telling me that I got to floss at least twice a day because I'm coming up with issues. And so, it's important, absolutely important and imperative that you go to a dentist and you do it regularly. Even though I sometimes I feel like I'd rather sniff anthrax than go to a dentist. But, or have my toenails removed from the Taliban. I don't like going to a dentist. But if you neglect it, you are going to pay a very heavy cost personally, physically, and financially.
And the old saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, is never more true than in your dental care and taking care of your teeth, your gums, etc. And on a financial note, I am not an accountant, so I'm giving that disclaimer. I'm not giving any tax advice, but some people say, will my dental insurance premiums, can it be tax deductible? Well, the IRS says that to be deductible as a qualifying medical expense, the dental insurance must be for procedures to prevent or alleviate dental disease, including dental hygiene and preventative exams and treatments. So it sounds like to me it could possibly be tax deductible, just like your health insurance. I do know that your health insurance premiums can be tax deductible, and especially if you're a business owner, that can be a business expense. So just a note there.
And also, the plans that Tom is talking about with United Concordia, PPO plan, right? And there are 3 different levels. You have the silver, gold, and platinum. And, of course, with anything else, you get what you pay for. So, if you need comprehensive coverage and, you've got root canal coming up, you've got implants or crowns or whatever the case might be, the platinum plan covers up to $5,000 annual benefit. Your average dental plan is between $750 to $1,000 a year. Yeah. So again, you get what you pay for. So if you've got questions about dental insurance premiums and coverage, is your doctor in the network and so forth, give Tom and I a call. Give our office a call at 772-210-1020. It's in your best interest, and make your pearly whites stand out.
And I think that's one of the reasons people have been turned off to dental insurance. They don't think it's worth the cost. They might be paying $25 to $40 per month. They have $1,000 of coverage, and they go to use it, and the plan's only going to cover 20% of the procedure. Usually the first year. Right. And even the second year, only 50%. United Concordia will pay for the procedures of level 2 and 3, which is those crowns, implants,
root canals,
all of that, 70% day one. I switched over to them because I was just thinking, I really need to not only practice what I preach, but I know as I get older, and I'm very disciplined in my teeth, but I know things can happen. I told the story where I was boogie boarding, my face got slammed into the ground, and I just knew all my teeth were gone. And the first thought I had was, I denied my dental insurance. This was years ago at my job. I waived the right for it 2 weeks ago. So anyway,
you were thinking
accidents happen.
You were singing, "All I Want for Christmas, Christmas is my teeth."
I just knew that at least the left half of my teeth would be gone. But thankfully, they weren't.
I want to give a quick shout out to Lori Gaines also. I think she may be listening. I know she listened to the last 2 weeks' shows. Lori Gaines happens to be our new field manager in North Florida. So we welcome her aboard as our newest field manager to the Owen Insurance Group team. Wayne, please give them your contact information again for WRPB Studios.
WRPBstudios.com, WRPB Studios on YouTube, and WRPBITV at yahoo.com. or 772-320-7698. And real quick, my teeth were fine. I got a lung illness. They gave me prednisone and 60 milligrams a day, and it ruined all my teeth. Not a fall, but you never know. And if you don't have the insurance, you're stuck. And I was
Big
stuck.
Time.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you. But to his point, if something happened and you know that you've got pain in your mouth and you're going to have dental procedures coming up, you can get on this plan day one. Obviously, it's effective the first of the following month, but imagine to have a plan that's going to pay 70% day one coverage. I mean, it's an amazing. We haven't seen nothing else like it.
We have not.
In fact, I am switching my plan
Yep.
also to United Concordia. So if you've got questions about dental, questions about disability insurance, long-term care, annuities, Medicare, accident, cancer, critical illness, we are here for you to answer the questions that you have because we understand that insurance is complicated and convoluted. My friends, our time is up, and we thank you for being with us this morning. We hope that you got some great enjoyment out of the show with Joe Pesci and Danny DeVito.
Thank you.
Our next week guest on the show is going to be Missy Campbell with the Palm City Chamber of Commerce. And, of course, Tom and I will be back to give you some more valuable information and facts that you need to know. So thank you for joining us this morning. Please share us with your friends, your family, your neighbors, everybody that you know, because this show is great and you know that it is. And remember, Treasure Coast, stay safe, keep healthy, be happy, and enjoy your quality of life.